Shedeur Sanders has fallen out of the top 10. Bashal Tutin's going at pick 122. Cam Scadaboo didn't run his 40. Man, the big board is getting weird.
It's Short King summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King summer.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome in to the stream. GM, everyone.
It's Short King summer, dude. It just feels like
did not mean to do that. Got the Davante Adams news here before the Underdog notification. Breaking news in the Davis Mattek chat. Yeah, Davante Adams released by the New York Jets. I mean, I guess we all knew this was coming. Maybe one of the things we thought would be that there was potentially a chance that maybe they would have been able to find a trade partner for him, but does not look like we have a trade partner, which I guess makes sense. His cap hit was actually truly insane. So where's Davante Adams going to go? Where's Davante Adams going to go? I mean, probably wherever Aaron Rodgers goes. So maybe he ends up being a New York Giants. The Jets will save $29.9 million. I mean, that is really something. $29.5 million here. The Jets, he had no guaranteed money left remaining. And you just look weird in a Jets jersey. Yeah, it was either a trade or release, was never coming back to the Jets. Wow. I actually don't think, Mr. Chief, I don't think I look all that much thinner. I think it is literally just that I have my hair up because I went on a nice little run this morning, and it's really annoying to have long hair when you're running. Just had to change my Underdog password because I got locked out. Seems like they're having a little bit of issues with the log in, log out stuff. But you guys know what we're here to do. We're loading up the sidekick. We're loading up the draft caddy, and we are hopping into the big board. 59 drafts remaining. Man, 59 drafts left. That is something. All right, let's do it. We are hopping on in this morning. Yeah. Zach's about to shave his head. Running with long hair is the worst. Yes. No, it's terrible, man. It is. I don't know if it's really Garrett Wilson. Ooh, an influencer 101. I don't really know if it's Garrett Wilson to the moon. I mean, I think my assumption was that it was not coming back. You know, that there was no way he was going to be a Jet once it was clear that Aaron Rodgers was not going to be back. By the way, this is big board 92. I mean, isn't that nuts? Big board 92 of 150. Draft starts in 14 seconds. We've got Justin in here. We've got a Mega King. We've got Mr. October. We got Reed. We got Goods. We got E. Coxer. We got a little friends and family action cooking here. Ladies and gentlemen, you love to see it. We are up. I will be taking Jamar Chase. Do we have Adams' destination or just that he's being traded to someone? Well, neither now. Neither. He is being cut, which means that he can theoretically go anywhere. Where I guess the interesting thing is where would he go if Rodgers retires? If Rodgers is not quarterbacking a team, where does he go? Breer noted on the UD channel he thinks Darnold to LV is most likely. I agree with that analysis. Who benefits the most from the Debo trade? It's got to be Pearsall. 100% has to be Ricky Pearsall. because I think there was a chance that he would have gotten marginalized if they didn't. Like, if you think about the 49ers distribution, so you've got Ayuk, you have Debo, you have Pearsall, you have Jennings. Jennings and Ayuk are locked in, and it's kind of Debo, Pearsall, Kittle going for the other stuff there. I mean, I would love if the Kansas City Chiefs signed Davante Adams. Davante Adams, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy is quite the wide receiver rotation. Jordan Travis was not much of a prospect, although he led Florida State to an undefeated record, and they nearly went winless without him this year. That is true. They were unbelievably bad without Mr. Jordan Travis. Yeah, that was unbelievable, but I also don't think that he's much of a pro prospect. Chargers, sounds like a lot of you guys think Chargers are possible. I mean, it's a good situation. I think their cap space is in such a spot that they could sign him pretty easily. Davante Adams released by the Jets. Should have made that the title of the stream, but you know, you live and you learn. Adams wants a ring. It's any contender. It's true. Washed up wide receivers are definitely the Kansas City Chiefs thing. Yeah, that is what they do. Allie, you're an Oklahoma State fan. Why don't you tell us your analysis on Ollie Gordon? Why was Ollie Gordon so poor his junior year after being so good as a sophomore? Chargers, if Adams signs with the Chargers, yeah, we're definitely getting cheaper lad. All right, we've got Jamar Chase here. I'm drafting quickly. Maybe I'll draft well. We'll see. Oh, Justin takes McLaurin. Wow, I would love to take Tyreek Hill here, and I will happily take Josh Jacobs here as well. Not normally a big Jacobs guy, but Jacobs, Chase, Reek is a really nice foundational start. Yeah, Davante is definitely. I think that I would agree with this analysis. I do not see Davante Adams going to go help along young Bryce. Ricky says he doesn't think that it's sure that Adams wants a ring. I mean, he's made a lot of money in his career. His speed score was not that high. I believe his speed score is 102. Let me confirm that on Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon at the combine ran a 4.61 at 226 pounds. Yeah, his speed score 101.1 on the dot. Burst score 118.7, 5.4 yards per carry in college. Now, he is very young. He just turned 21 years old. I'm still pro Ollie, I think. She's no professional. Maybe he. I don't know. But Gundy had been about 8 years out of date, and it's obvious that both the university and him want to part ways, but no one wants to break the contract. Yes, and Alan Bowman does stink. Ayuk to the Panthers, Davante to San Francisco. Why is Terry McLaurin a second-round pick? Well, that is well-worn territory here on this podcast. I think we talk. Didn't Montgomery run way worse than that? Well, I mean, of course, there are many examples of players who run poorly, who go on to succeed, and players who do very well at the combine who do not succeed. Yeah, basically the same. 4.63 for Montgomery. Very similar ranges of outcomes. He actually had a solid agility score, but the deal with Gordon is that he severely hampered his draft capital. Not just from combine stuff, but just with the performance his final year. I think it will be hard to see Ollie Gordon being, can he be a second or third round pick in the NFL draft? My guess would probably be no. Now, could he excel if he does get taken? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he definitely could excel. I'm not ruling that out at all. I really liked Ellie Gordon. I was surprised to see him. His performance this most recent season was just so shocking. All right, I'm going to do a weirdo team here. I'm going to take Hampton, which is basically flipping the board, and I'm going to take the previously mentioned Davante Adams. I feel like best case scenario for Davante Adams right now is actually Aaron Rodgers retires, and he gets to go play somewhere else. He did the exact same thing as Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard smashed as a sophomore, sucked as a junior, and then had multiple awesome seasons in the NFL. So there you go. I guess that is just Hampton's ADP now. Rap Sheet just tweeted that Davante Adams wants to stay on the West Coast. So we got Rams. Davante Adams in the Cooper Kupp role on the Rams. I would be feeling pretty good about that, frankly. And I think my opinion would be that Adams kind of has plenty left in his tank. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I sort of think that Adams is still quite good. Let me look at some of his advanced data, because I'm going to guess that his advanced data from last season is actually still pretty in line with what he'd done for the rest of his career. Even in, he played in multiple bad offenses last year. Davante Adams. So let's go receiving metrics by career. So last year, 2.04 yards per route run, 1.97 the year before. So he actually got better last season. 2.45 his first year in Vegas, 2.81 his final season in Green Bay. Yeah, I'm ready to say I believe that Adams still has it. This is the year of being in on players you were out on last year. Well, I also liked Davante Adams last year. No, Puka does not jump to wide receiver 3 overall. I believe the market is already correctly surmising that Cooper Kupp will be on a different team this upcoming season than the team that he is on, which basically feels like that is done. That I do not see Cooper Kupp returning to the Rams. All right, we have got Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Omarion Hampton, Davante Adams. Now, I did put myself in a little bit of a difficult situation here finding a quarterback stack. Burrow goes to totally unstacked. Mahomes goes to the Rashee Rice drafter. So I will be selecting Luther Burden, who my guy JJ just said that he loved. And I'm actually very light on Pearsall, and I need a quarterback. So I'm going to take Pearsall. Decent chance that I get Purdy available at the next pick. Jacobs and Hampton in the running back room. Wide receiver room of Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams, Luther Burden, and Ricky Pearsall. I mean, that's 3 first-round picks in the wide receiver room. Chase, Reek, Adams. Going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball at running back, but that's we're kind of always behind the 8 ball at running back. Yes, I do get compensation from YouTube if someone watches with YouTube Premium. I can tell you, I will tell you my exact breakdown of that in the last 28 days. YouTube Studio, Earn, watch page ads, see my analytics. Last 28 days, I've made $605 in YouTube ad revenue. $457.27 comes from watch page ads. $148.09 comes from YouTube Premium. So there you go. Kupp is a Texan. Diggs is a Panther. I have not thought that much about Diggs being a Panther, but that actually does make sense. Yes, I will be doing an NBA stream either tomorrow or Thursday. Unclear. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm doing a stream with Fear My Eternal, Alex Harden from Establish the Run. We are going to be doing the college basketball March Madness tournament on Establish the Run. So that big college basketball tournament that they have for March Madness, the college basketball best ball, is what we are going to be doing tomorrow. So pretty excited for that. This was the comp that I kept seeing, was Burden becoming kind of a DJ Moore type of guy who can kind of feast behind the line of scrimmage, short area stuff, but also succeed down the field. The Panthers have Coker. The Panthers have Leggett. I think it sounds like the most likely thing to me that it sounds like is that the New York Giants are going to trade up to get Cam Ward. And that makes sense from both perspectives, that the New York Giants want to trade for Cam Ward because they're totally lost. They're totally in the wilderness at quarterback, and they have a wide receiver who needs to get some points. You know, they have a passing offense that could theoretically, be passable right now. All right, Purdy does make it all the way around, and we actually get gifted marking. I mean, maybe not gifted, depending on your perspective, but there's sidekick. Yeah, Andrews, definitely Mark Andrews here. So we add Purdy with Pearsall. Purdy, Jacobs, Hampton, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams, Luther Burden, Ricky Pearsall. Maybe I draft a little cheeky Max Stafford and set the snack up. Yeah, I agree with this. Texans feel like Nico. Well, actually, I disagree. I think that I do not think that Diggs is going to return to Houston. I think that seems unlikely. But maybe I'm wrong. I just feels like they're not going to want to pay him. They did the trade. They got to see what it was like on the field. If I would say this, it's actually a huge bull signal if Diggs does get re-signed by Houston, because it means he was in the building and they think like, oh, this guy's really good. We think his recovery's good. We think that he's a good locker room guy. Like we are pro Stephon Diggs. All right, so what do I have set up for quarterbacks here? Could do Tua. Could pretend like Burden is a Steeler and take Fields. Yeah, I put myself a little bit into a hole here with quarterback. Reports are the Texans don't want Diggs back. Okay, there we go. Good to know. Egbuka on the Texans feels amazing to Mr. Rocketman 589. Sounds right to me. Yeah, I think. I mean, they were college teammates. Matthew's article that he always writes from the combine generally is pretty good. Mentions that Diggs is 50-50 to return to the Texans, but he has a strong market, so they will probably get outbid. Well, having a strong market, I guess, is good. Maybe I need to move him up in my rankings. Dane Brugler mocked Shedeur to Pittsburgh today. Any thoughts on the Fields to the Jets rumor? I mean, I've been pretty consistent that if you start breaking down who starts where, it doesn't make much sense to not have Fields with a starting job. But stranger things have happened. What do I do here, man? We are kind of lost. We're kind of up the creek without a paddle right now. Okay. Well, I'll do something I've basically not done at all. I will take J.K. Dobbins. And who's more likely to come back to me? Jake Ferguson at 145 or Pitts at 146? Both are about equally likely. Prescott has one backstack left, or could maybe be with Luther Burden. So I'm going to take Dak and hope that I get Ferguson. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Yes, these are the rumors out there that Diggs is courting one Mrs. Cardi B. We'll see. It's reasonable to like Jonnu there, but I just think Mark Andrews is a better click. Mark Andrews to me has... So the thing with Jonnu is he was really good. Of course he was good, but it was a lot of like this okay, this is not going to make any sense, but he's kind of like a receptions merchant, Jonnu, where I feel like Andrews could be the touchdown merchant, and you want the touchdown merchants. Remember one of Jonnu's touchdowns was like that 50-yard touchdown in like total garbage time? I mean, I guess to be fair, he does have a 9-touchdown season and he scored 8 touchdowns last year. So maybe I'm bullshitting, but I don't know. It's hard for me. I'll tell you what. Jonnu feels a little to me like a little Gary Barnage. You know what I mean? He feels a little Gary Barnage-y. I'm not saying that Jonnu didn't earn targets, but couldn't you tell yourself this is what Jonnu did his first season in New England after scoring the 9 touchdowns for Tennessee? 28 receptions, 295 yards, 1 touchdown. I'm not saying it's the Jonnu feels way more like Jared Cook than Gary Barnage. All right, let's see if the same thing ever happened in Jared Cook's career. So what was the Jared Cook breakout? I mean, frankly, Jared Cook's best season happened in, I guess, his most targets came when he was 31 years old. Tight end is such a weird position. I mean, that's the thing. Tight end is just such a weird position. Chris, we're gonna need more specifics on this. Why are we nuts? Are we nuts for drafting, or we're nuts for discounting Jonnu? Jonnu is the guy keeping his foot on top of the Tua landmine. Chris thinks we're wow. All right, I did push Jake Ferguson all the way around, so that is sick. And Sidekick wants Trey Benson here. Frankly, I don't really want... Actually, well, I'm going to take Rico and just hope. That was a good turn. So going pick 10, Dobbins. I guess pick 120 overall. Then Dak, then Ferguson, then Rico. That was a good little run for me right there. Tying up money in best ball for 11 months right now is safer than keeping it in the market. Yeah, clicking JK, I mean, that was very out of character. Entering big dogs with my cashed out retirement as a strat. 100%. All right, can someone explain to me Dylan Sampson? Dylan Sampson doesn't run at the combine. I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday, man, but Dylan Sampson, I mean, I would rather have Ray Davis. I would rather have, you know who is an absolute slam dunk? Tyler Algier. Like in what scenario? In what scenario is in Best Ball Mania are you saying, oh man, you know who I'm taking every time over Dylan Sampson? I would, or this is the reverse of that. I would never take Tyler Algier over Dylan Sampson. I don't even like Tyler Algier. You know, Algier is just the reason why I end up picking him all the time in this stuff is because the Falcons are so unlikely to add a running back. And like Algier is just like a locked and loaded handcuff who might get you like 1 or 2 spike weeks. I don't think he is not a league winner if and when Bijan gets hurt, then he would be a theoretical league winner. Yeah, Adams got released by the Jets, my guy. So he is a free agent. Well, the thing is that Jordan Mason is a restricted free agent, so he is likely to return to the San Francisco 49ers. So they'll have CMC, Jordan Mason, and Guerendo. And Mason was clearly ahead of Guerendo when they were both on the team. You know what? Doesn't Sampson feel like a classic Miami pick? I know that him and Wright were college teammates, but he does feel like a classic Miami pick. I agree. Tyler Algier, Ray Davis, and Braylon Allen are all clicks I like at that point. There you go. Let's do some pattern matching. Wright wasn't good as a rookie, which means Sampson won't be good. Mitchell might be done, but he is an unrestricted free agent, so he is unlikely to return to the San Francisco 49ers based on my limited understanding of the situation. I don't think so. I think Liam said that some team could maybe give him 3 years, $20 million or whatever, but that seems crazy to me. I have Ecox, I have Giddens over Brashard Smith in my rankings. You know what? I need to move Restrepo down in my shit. I think Jaden Higgins is a better click. And do I have anyone who could theoretically be a Raider? Not really. What's my running back room? I think I earned myself a little bit of an RJ Harvey treat here. So we now have Brock Purdy with Pearsall. We have a running back room of Josh Jacobs, Amarian Hampton, J.K. Dobbins, Rico Dowdle, and R.J. Harvey. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams, Luther Burden, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, Mark Andrews, and Jake Ferguson. My read is that Aaron Jones returns to the Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have only 4 picks in this year's draft. Even if they do some trading back to add extra picks, I thought it was very clear that Aaron Jones was going to leave Minnesota, but it actually does not look like that's happening based on my read on the situation. I think Aaron Jones probably returns to the Vikings on a 1-year contract. Generally I'm streaming around the same times, but I don't have like a set schedule, which certainly hurts my my growth numbers a little bit. But I like to have some adjustability in my day if I need to record other things, if someone wants to ask me to be on their show, if my wife needs me to run, an errand, or my dog, just whatever. So I pretty much stream every day of the week, Monday through Friday, but I don't always stream at the same time. Mr. Elijah Arroyo. Probably I need to go do the grab exposures thing in the draft caddy. But I definitely need to do a better job of balancing out my current Gunnar Helm exposure. Need to tune that down a little bit. All right, we need one more quarterback, one more tight end, one more running back, probably 2 more wide receivers. This could maybe be a 7-7 I mean, if you have Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and Davante Adams, you maybe don't need an 8th. Yeah, well, Helm is also my most drafted tight end. And, hey, man, we might run good. Maybe the poor combine certainly could just be about the rolling of the ankle, you know? I'm not completely done. Wow, we get our boy Jackson Dart here. You love to see that. And we're going to take Jalen Tolbert here with Dak. That was a nice little turn. Love getting Dart there. So is it Jover for Helm? Well, it's definitely Jover if he doesn't have a better pro day. You know, the workouts were terrible. But I mean, you guys saw that picture of his ankle. I mean, it was unbelievable. It looked brutal. He did show that he had some dog. You know, Corain made this point on 80. Well, buddy, not only do I buy it, I mean, it's just real. I can show you. Let me pull the video up of where he actually rolled his ankle, because it is you can see it happening right away. This is Gunnar Helm rolling his ankle at the combine. This is his very first drill on the field. You could see it. Oh, and he pulls up right away. I mean, he knows it. He had a false start on the combine. He rolls it. It was really bad. So it's not even about buying it. He definitely rolled his ankle. But the question you have to ask yourself is, one, will he be better for his pro day? 2, do NFL teams care? And, you know, frankly, he might end himself up in the same spot that Jatavian Sanders was, where he was like not athletic enough and not productive enough to, you know, really create a difference between himself and Mason Taylor and Elijah Arroyo and Luke Lachey and all these guys. Now, to me, you know, I don't know a ton about watching football, but to me, he looks like a more NFL-ready player than those guys. And as Mr. Neighborhood says, more receptions than Bod and Golden. There's definitely hope, 100%. I am all on board with the idea that there is still hope left in his career. Rolling an ankle is a sign of poor athleticism. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, I don't think Lazard, I don't think Lazard, I don't think he matters at all to Garrett Wilson. The only thing that matters for Garrett Wilson is his attention to detail and who is quarterbacking the Jets. You know, if the Jets are quarterbacked by Tyrod Taylor, then Wilson is probably not going to be a smash. If they are quarterbacked by Jackson Dart, well, maybe we might be heading ourselves into a better territory. All right, we need one more running back, one more wide receiver. We can actually just save tight end for the end. Let's do our running back on this team. Let's do Keaton Mitchell. We're going to take Keaton Mitchell, and we need one more wide receiver. Let's take Trey Tucker. Yeah, Trey Tucker could theoretically be there with Dart. 105 points for Trey Tucker last year. You would certainly take a redo of that. It's true. Mahomes rolls his ankle every year. Yeah, I don't even think I have Hopkins in my ranks anymore. I believe I have him unranked. Maybe a mistake. I don't know. He probably plays in the NFL next year. Been taking a lot of Michael Mayer in the 20th. Yeah, sounds like who's the guy? Vic Taforo. I believe he reported that the Raiders are actively looking to trade him. Let me pull the tweet up so I don't get wrong. Cowboys restructure CeeDee Lamb's contract, create $20 million in cap space. Let me find this tweet. Vinny Bonsignore. Raiders trying to trade Michael Mayers. Plenty of teams are interested per Vinny Bonsignore. There you go. Not sure how this is, but is it possible for the draft caddy to collect the data for all drafts someone is using it in? No, it has to. I believe it can only use the data that Underdog puts out from its public API. I believe that is the only way that the caddy can function read. But maybe there's something. I know that it can grab your own exposures, so maybe there's a way for it to grab your own draft boards or whatever. I just feel like it's impossible for the Saints to make trades because they have no money, but probably. I mean, their tight end is probably like Foster Moreau. Lazard, Brandon Cooks are probably wide receiver 3, 4 on cap hamstrung teams like the Browns this year. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't even know. Would you even want that? Do you even want Brandon Cooks as wide receiver 3 on the Browns? I like Warren to the Saints. That feels quite possible. It's true. Real-time assistance is banned in poker. And do you know why real-time assistance is banned in poker? Because in poker, WFN, there is a correct answer. Michael Mayer for Sharps, who says no. I mean, frankly, the Seahawks probably think they're fine with AJ Barner. The Seahawks probably look at AJ Barner and they're like, yeah, sure, dude. Have at it. All right, who are we gonna take for our final tight end here? I guess all my guys are gone. Maybe this is a Mayer team. We have a little bit of fun here. He was a good prospect. That's what Mayer has done. He was a good prospect. He had a decent run, didn't he? He had a sort of fine run for the Raiders. I want to say at the end of 2 seasons ago. Maybe I'm full of shit though. 2023. I mean, he got injured. Yeah, he's been fine. All right, let's do I don't know. Let's take someone I have not taken yet. I have no Theo Johnson. Sure. Well, you know what? I hate Theo Johnson as a pick, actually. Sure. We'll do a little bit of 20th round Michael Mayer. I psyoped myself into that one. There was no way I was getting out of that one after talking about him. Yeah, although NFL teams have been trading a little bit more often though. Sure. Yeah, Tyler, of course. But what I'm saying with real-time assistance in poker is there is a theoretically correct angle, right? And in best ball, there is not even a theoretically correct angle. You know, we only have projected answers in best ball. The Vikings, yes, the Vikings did trade for Hawkinson. That's true. All right.
The Davis Mattek YouTube channel is made possible by viewers like you. Every subscriber, memby, and super chat goes to ensuring Davis doesn't have to work at State Farm. Thank you.
We're back in. Do you think there's a theoretically correct answer in best ball? I'm a little unclear about that, because I think my view of the real-time assistance tools like the Sidekick and stuff is that it basically just allows the thing it allows me to do is allows me to do more drafts, and it allows me to just have a better idea of what's going on inside of my own drafts. I would be, my personal opinion is that I would be happy to have all of my opponents using the same tools as me. I know that there are many people that feel differently than that, and I respect their opinions. You know, Liam doesn't like the tools. There's a couple other big best ball guys that don't like the tools, and I get their opinions, you know, but I have a hard time applying it to a game with this much variance. All right, we are on the clock. Not on the clock. We are pick 110 in the big board. Sick. Big board 93 of 150. %. I think the variance will determine a lot of the results. Like, for example, yes, the tools are less developed than poker tools by a ton. And frankly, I mean, I would say this, if you are conceptually okay with the selling of rankings and people use, wow, Chad took Neighbors at 3. He's balling out here. Happily take Nico. Yeah, the tools would have just said that Saquon was a bad pick because he would have been ranked as a bad pick. You know, all the places that sold rankings had Barkley after ADP. It did. Frankly, it did. It bummed me out to see Ricky White be bad at the combine. I was bummed about that. Exactly. Yeah. The tools are only as good as the information that you can feed them. And if you feed into your tool the idea, wow, I would smash the button on A-Chain here. Didn't get him. All right, let's just do an old man team. We'll take McCaffrey. Nico McCaffrey, sure. But yeah, like for example, if you put, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this for poker. So like if you gave poker the wrong inputs, like if you changed the hand rankings, it would feed you an answer that you couldn't use. You know, if you told a solver, and this is, you know, guys, I don't know a ton about poker. Like I'm not a mega mind. I don't know how PioSolver works, but like if you told a poker solver that queen beat king, it would give you an answer you could not use in real time. So if you tell your best ball tool that AJ Brown is a better pick than Ashton Genty, it's not going to work in a world where Genty was a better pick than AJ Brown. You know, it's going to give you the wrong answer. That's all I'm saying. But of course I understand why people don't like tools. You know, I think it's very easy. They don't want their edge to be ruined or whatever. I mean, although I think the idea of edge being ruined in best ball is very funny, because how would you even have an idea of edge? I like the tools because I draft a lot of these all my on stream, and it can get a little confusing to keep the I'm going to take Worthy here. It can get a little confusing to keep track of the chat, and like I've got like my email up, and like there's just a lot of things going on my screen. And when I look at the Sidekick, it's got my rankings there for me. When I look at the draft capital bucket, it helps keep me on track for the way I like to structure these teams. It also helps a lot for slow drafts. So that is my opinion. But you can still get good. Like for poker, you can still get good kind of answers. For full ring, right? I'm pretty much always taking 3 quarterbacks. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not like 100% of the time, but especially with like the guys that are late. Yeah, Dave is taking Worthy, just straight muscle memory. Ooh. All right, what do I do here? This is the board. The board gets really flat at this spot. I think you can make an argument for like almost anyone here. You know what? I was just telling this. I'm going to take James Cook. I was just telling this to the guys in the Discord yesterday. I think the move on this side of the board, well, really just in general, kind of your first 5 rounds, always take the weird faller. Like if you just always take the weird faller, like I just took James Cook there, you're just going to have a combo. There are, how many of these 12-team draft boards have James Cook in the 3rd round versus in the 4th round? Like Worthy and Cook are just not going to be on that many teams together. Cook and McCaffrey are not going to be on that many teams together. Nico and Cook are not going to be on that many teams together with McCaffrey. So I think the move a lot of the time is just to take the faller there. I'm not crazy about the tools. I wish it were all straight up. But that's the thing, is they mostly optimize for what you're doing on an individual team. Draft, caddy, sidekick stuff seems fine. I'm a little sus of having access to how people in the room draft. That feels like a clear edge to exploit. That's fair. I mean, I can literally show you. Actually, I don't think it displays on my screen. But frankly, what the caddy is doing is it's just pulling the results from Best Ball Mania 4. So it doesn't know what you're doing in the the puppy or whatever. But that's valid. I mean, it's kind of the old shark scope thing, You guys might be too young to remember Shark Scope. Wouldn't surprise me if you were. Do the kids these days, do they know about Shark Scope, folks? My guess would be literally not one person has ever sat there and hovered over someone's names and calculated every person's draft tendencies. I would guess. And frankly, at the end of the day, I think Michael hit it. This is what I believe. And I literally do believe this. I basically don't think that anything matters. I think if you spend your time getting really up in a bunch about best ball tools, I think you have to some degree basically lost the plot. Cortland Sutton. So I've got Stroud live. Maybe I've got Mahomes live if he comes all the way around. And I don't even like taking Cortland Sutton, really. The thing about poker is the edge is smaller, but still enough for the winners to still win. It's like this in all games, even live sports in 2025. Sure. I mean, yeah, as long as there is edge to be found, people are going to be hunting it. I'm going to make a weird pick here with my next one because I want to set up another less ambiguous spot. Jaden Reed. So I've got 4 quarterbacks set up now, and I just want a little bit more Jaden Reed. I agree with this. I think that the best use case for the sidekick personally is the playoff drafts. I think the gauntlet and the mittens and stuff, I think those are better situations. for the sidekick, personally. Reed, the reason why I didn't take Pickens is my friend Chad Candles, who you probably know from hanging out here in the in the chat. He has just been convincing me over the last probably 10 days in Discord and here in the streams that Pickens is holding out / in. Even the players we are drafting to compete on the field have less of an edge than they would have had in 2010 against their respective counterparts. There you go. Dude who finished 3rd in BBM4 fired 1 bullet, and I was so extremely tilted by it for months. Well, buddy, that's the name of the game. Rod, I have I'll show you a very funny video. You can see the only PGA albatrosses I've done. Here's a link to it if you really want to check it out. But stuff like that, PGA, NBA, best ball, these other underdog contests, I mostly do that on member shows. So I do YouTube member shows where if you pay $4.99 a month, you get to be a member of the channel, get to hang out in the Discord, and about once a week you will get to see a video or a stream that is just for members of the channel and not for general public consumption. Yeah, and maybe even this afternoon, Clay. Maybe even this afternoon is when we're going to do a dinger, actually, because I was thinking about the rest of my week, and I don't have a great time for it, so I think we might be doing the dinger for the Membies this afternoon. All right, are you guys ready to learn Jacoby Myers? Someone at Peter. I know Peter is on vacation right now, but will someone please at him? Please note. Oh, wow, and I couldn't even do it. All right, I'll take another guy I basically never take. I'm going to take TJ Hawkinson. I have, like, no exposure to this guy. I think he's fine. Neighbors at 1. Yeah, Chad is he's letting it be known where he's at on Malik Neighbors. And frankly, it's certainly a stance that could pay off. If you told me that Malik Neighbors had an absolutely legendary fantasy season this year, I know I've taken Myers so many times since Pete called me out. I gotta just be full up on him. Okay, I will take Bo Nix. Looks like we're in an early quarterback room. So Goff went at 86, Mayfield went at 85. So we might be in a we might get owned. Copy paste dates. You're about to see when we get into round 10, round 11, you're about to see how the big board got weird. My man's flipping the board. All right, let's see, Chad. How did you flip the board here? There are not going to be very many Neighbors Jacobs. There are going to be very few Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs, and Malik Neighbors teams, if any. You might be the only one with them. And I actually do like that as a strategy. I don't always love the flipping the board for the sake of flipping the board, but you could absolutely tell me that in a very reasonable world, Malik Neighbors is the highest scoring wide receiver this year. You don't even really have to stretch and think about it, you know. Malik Neighbors last season, 2nd in the NFL in targets. He was 7th in the NFL in yards. The thing that held him back was he only scored 7 touchdowns. So that was fewer touchdowns than Xavier Worthy, fewer touchdowns than Marvin Harrison Jr. But that's the sort of thing that can really even out. Yeah, 170 targets and 2 missed games. Yeah, I don't think Pickens is a bad pick. I just am. I would say I'm basically just mixing him in is kind of what I would say. Omega King has Neighbors, Ladd, and Jacobs. First big board has Bijan, Jacobs, Genty. Well, you might just win the whole contest. All right, what about a Bo Nix double stack? You guys woke to a Bo Nix double? Huh. You know what? This Pacheco ranking is not... That Pacheco ranking is too high. Man, that running back room. Someone find me some lemon pledge. So I basically have to take Stroud here if I want to get him. Stroud goes at 125. Oh, there's maybe some chance. You know what? I'm making up for past mistakes. Fading Kelsey in the 170s, taking him at 108. Sure. Why not? Saquon extended. 2 years, $41 million. Hey, man, good for him. Good for Saquon. He earned it, man. Highest paid running back in history. Damian Martinez is going to start for the Chiefs. Is he a Chiefs style running back? That's what I would question you about. Well, I guess first off, his name is Damian. So just by the fact that his name is Damian, that is pattern matching with Damian Williams. Only 32 collegiate receptions. Where was that in the hierarchy at Miami last year? Maybe that is greater amount of the team receptions than I would have thought. It's not. Yeah. Highlight from the early week thus far. I got to go to the driving range yesterday. Got to go work on my swing. That is probably my highlight right now. Felt great. The wind and the weather was kind of brutal, but it was enjoyable. Yes, I prefer Dame to Montrell. Yes, Montrell, I don't even think I have ranked. Not very far, Speep. I hit it about probably hit it about 165. Obviously 150 if I don't hit it well. I would say 165 is pured 7-iron. Now, there's a reason that you guys have never seen me post my swing. It's really not pretty. I have very, very little hip rotation. My swing is truly mostly arms. Well, Zach, it's not even that. It's actually fucked up. The Damian Martinez thing is even worse than that. It's that his Senior Bowl weight was 233. No, 226. He weighed in at 226 at the Senior Bowl and then 216 at the Combine. So he got fat. He got fat to do the Senior Bowl. I guess probably because he knows he runs well heavy, and then he lost weight at the Combine to run faster. Which I guess, I mean, whatever. But the initial hype was that he put up his stats at Miami at 226, which he pretty clearly did not. Iron Lung, don't do this, bro. I know you're going to, but I really don't want you to. Wow, he didn't. All right, this is an appropriate range to take Pacheco. Completely fine to take Isaiah Pacheco here. 130s is a good range for him, I think. I did move Bond down. And the reason why I moved Bond down is not even so much a result of the drills, but I moved Bond down because it's gonna not be great for his draft capital. You know, I think he is gonna be in a spot where he could have maybe been a first round pick, and I think that is kind of done for him now. So Bond a small faller for me. Not huge, you know, I'm not like abandoning the guy, but he's a small faller for me. All right, I guess I'm taking Tank Bigsby here. We might get locked out at quarterback here, boys. I do not have a buttery swing, man. I really do not. My big issue, when you golf, you're supposed to turn your hips like this. So if you imagine this is the hips, you're supposed to turn, your spine is supposed to stay in line. Turn, your spine stays, and then you twist your hips through the ball. So what I do is I rock back onto my back foot and then rock back through and turn after. It's very, very difficult to fix that. It takes a long time. You know, I've done lessons. I've done the whole thing. It's very, very hard to fix. See, this is, Michael, you might be right, but this is bad advice for me because my left shoulder does go behind the ball, but not in the way it's supposed to. Like, my shoulders go like this, not like this, if that makes any sense. If you guys are big golfers, you would understand that. They listed Damian Martinez's college weight at 235, and then in an interview, he said he's never played close to that weight. The thing is I did play when I was a kid. I mean, I wasn't good. I didn't play a lot, but I played because my dad is a very good golfer. My dad is I believe he's like a 3 handicap right now. He's been a little bit better than that. My dad is like a quite a good golfer, and I'm not. I'm like my best ever round. I played at a course here in St. Louis, actually right across the river. Didn't lose a ball. I shot an 84 from the blues, which is like, for me, that's like unbelievable. So I made like a lucky birdie, made like a long putt. You know, like you guys have all had those rounds where you just are kind of getting every bounce. Things go the way you need it to go. But for me, that's like a really, really good round. All right, I'm dusted at quarterback here. I'm going to take Justin Fields just as a total bailout, and I might actually double up with Darnold as well. Yes, I do need to be doing some flexibility stuff, which I do none of. You know, instead I just go to the gym and put more weight on the bar and actually get less flexible. All right, how many quarterbacks are left? Not many. Basically none, actually. Huh. Darnold it is. We're gonna do Darnold again. Not the way I wanted it to go. Love to golf, but I don't use clubs or a ball, and I don't go to a course. I just walk outside. Hey, man, that's the thing I love about it. I love being outside, sun, you know. I didn't get a haircut. My hair is just up in a ponytail. A bun. Wow. 73, man. If I held an alignment rod on a PGA golfer's hip at address, their right hip would move. Yes, correct. Mine quite literally. I'll tell you what. When we get to, let me check. When we get to 7,000 subscribers, we'll watch my swing. It's going to be really bad, and you guys are going to make fun of me. But I will do that for the boys. We can watch my swing when we get to 7,000 subscribers. It's not pretty, but we will do it. Yeah, I've taken lessons, and the lesson was helpful. I definitely got something out of it. The issue is you're fighting against a lot of neurological biases to try and fix your golf swing. No, I did not play the scramble because I frankly just didn't love the format. I don't think the Vikings would at all be interested in adding Brett Favre, LOL. I don't think they would be interested at all in adding Aaron Rodgers because I think they think that JJ McCarthy is very good. I think they're pretty happy with where they're at with McCarthy. This is actually maybe a team to take a shot on Bond. He's way down in my rankings, but we got, oh man. I don't know. Is there anyone that's like more interesting here? Not really. Yeah, I'm going to take Bond. 178. Sure, whatever. I just think Crack Rock is right about this. Crack Rock is just right that the Vikings, I mean, to have a quarterback on a rookie contract, we know how much of a gift that is. I'm definitely taking Algier here if he doesn't get snapped off from me. The thing that I didn't love about the scramble was just that there was no finishing points. I just wanted there to be some reward for winning, basically, other than just like the birdies and like, you know, the actual scoring points. So that was kind of my take. All right. Well, taking Algier again. So we have got Bo Nix double stacked, Fields and Darnold basically naked, Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, Isaiah Pacheco, Tank Bigsby, Tyler Algier. Pretty dusty running back room. Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Jaden Reed, Marvin Mims. Isaiah Bond is our only bumblebee with tight ends of TJ Hawkinson and Travis Kelce. I have like 25 McCarthy teams because I keep getting picks 2 to 5, and I have like 20 Jefferson teams. Well, frankly, I think JJ McCarthy is an awesome pick. I think he's got a little bit of running upside that I don't think is perfectly accounted for by the market. I think JJ McCarthy is a phenomenal pick personally. That would be my perspective on the situation. Which Johnson is this? Caleb Johnson? If Caleb Johnson falls to the Cowboys in the second, he's going to go back. Caleb Johnson on the Cowboys is going to be a 3rd round pick in Best Ball Mania. He would be an unbelievably good pick, I think. All right. Need to make sure to not forget to set my my Champions Leagues lineup. Feel like my league in these is not valuing contingent value enough. I got to play these established backups. Like there's a percentage they are starting most of the year. Yeah. No, you're like, the thing is we always do this analysis afterwards. So like, oh, Blake Corum, dude, Blake Corum was a terrible pick. And then if Kyron had rolled his ankle last year, Corum would have been like the guy you needed to have. So it is just very funny. Yeah, we had 2 people taking 4 quarterbacks early, which is so bad. Four quarterbacks is so brutal. Do we do Davante or you know what? No, we actually earned a rookie on this team. So let's do you know what? I'm going to take Trey Tucker again. Burgeoning on a little bit too much there. We're going to do Tucker, and then this team needs a rookie running back. A little bit of juice there. I will not be taking any Riley Leonard. I don't think Riley Leonard is that likely to start any games this upcoming year. Although if he did, he would run a lot. I don't know. I mean, I think you could rank those guys really in any order, Ryan. It's basically just depends on. I mean, Algier and Ray Davis and Sharps are all locked into being a number 2. Let's do Raheem Sanders on this one. Only 4 bullets left. What is my truth serum ranking? Well, luckily for you, Evan, I just did my rookie rankings for subscribers on patreon.com/DavisMattek today. So I can pull this up and answer for you. I forgot to do my banner advertisement. And I will, just for people who are an hour here into the stream, I will do it. My running back 6 is Devin Neal. My running back 7 is Bashal Tootin. My running back 8 is RJ Harvey. My running back 9 is DJ Giddens. And my running back 10 is Cam Scattaboo. But I have him back-to-back with Damian Martinez. And I think you could frankly go any direction with those guys. Bigsby could definitely be 1A. Yeah, you knew what I was doing. You definitely knew the direction that this was going. Mm, 193 watchers, 58 likes. Come on, we can't get some likes, brother. We can't get some likes on big boards number 92 and 93. Ooh. I do need to make sure to get these Champions League lineups submitted though before the end of this draft. No one's gonna out multitask me. I'll tell you that much, brother. They don't out multitask Davis Mattek. That's what they always say. All right, what do we do with our final 2 picks here? You know what? We actually almost have to take Roman Wilson because he's the only stack option left there. Pity the fool who doesn't like a stream. It's true. Yeah, I do need to set more like goals. Are they doing any more deposit matches in Missouri? I assume so. I assume that there will be some coming soon. I remember they were mostly doing them on Mondays, but I did not get the notification this week. I assume they will be doing them again. I did see, though, a report that sports betting got pushed back again in Missouri, that it was supposed to be legalized in June, and now it might be more like September. So that is a little bit annoying, but, you know, we go with the flow. Well, I was going to take Brenton Strange, but Vaporware just took him. Oh, I've got Bo Nix. I'm taking Juwan Johnson, setting up the triple stack. Beautiful. Juwan Johnson. Welcome to the team, brother. All right, Bo Nix, triple stacked with Juwan Johnson, Cortland Sutton, and Marvin Mims. Justin Fields with Roman Wilson, Sam Darnold with Trey Tucker, maybe Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond would be a very Raiders pick. Running back room, Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, Isaiah Pacheco, Tank Bigsby, Tyler Algier, and Raheem Sanders. Wide receiver room of Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Jaden Reed, Marvin Mims, Bond, Tucker, Roman Wilson. Tight end room, TJ Hawkinson, Travis Kelce, and Juwan Johnson. That one felt pretty good. Yeah, I haven't had any for the last couple weeks, but I assume that they won't be done. The Jaguars have 12 picks. They will be drafting their Bucky. All right, well, shit. I guess I frankly, I did not realize that. Do the casinos? I did not know that casinos here in Missouri have a weird rule where you can only gamble a certain amount per hour. Maybe I've never been to a high roller enough of a casino. I've played poker here at a casino once, and I've played table games a couple times. I played roulette and blackjack here, but I think just $10, maybe it was $20 a hand to blackjack. You want to know an annoying thing? This is totally only someone that is a real white collar worker or a blue collar worker would understand. There's a casino in Chicago that I've gone to a couple times, and you can only do the minimum hands they have is $25 a hand blackjack and $25 a spin roulette, which is crazy. $25 spin roulette is crazy, right? I mean, that's not me being ridiculous. That's crazy. That's like a lot of money that you can lose really, really quickly. Like not like very quickly. $400 an hour. That also feels crazy, assuming that it's like cumulative. Yeah, you can burn playing blackjack. You lose 6 hands in a row in blackjack and it is over for you. All right, guys, let's go back and we are now going to we're not gonna feed the dogs. We're gonna do something else. The mustache loading bar. I mean, that's crazy. Encore in Boston prices are insane. I was at Encore Boston yesterday. What a small little world we're in. All right, let's try and not get totally dusted at quarterback on this one. This will be big board 94 of 150. Holy shit. My guy was also at Encore in Boston yesterday. What a small world. And we get the 101 again. Sick. Love to see it. All right, guys, who's winning in these Champions League games today? Who's gonna be the guy you had to have? Is it Julian Ryerson? Maybe it's Julian Ryerson. You never know. Stay woke out there. Jamar Chase, welcome to the team. Maybe I'll get Burrow on this one. Maybe I won't. Ooh, $150 Monday tournament. Wow. 2 guys in the chat played in the same poker tournament yesterday. GM Ben, please don't dupe me and please don't snipe me. We got real friends and family here. We got Ben. We got Lil Dodger 24. We got Hawkberg. We got Omega King. E-Coxer. We got Jake. And I think BG Lakers 10, I believe, are the names that I recognize. Table games dealer in Arizona. Is there a limit that people can play? That is a very weird coincidence. That is a I mean, I know my streams are big, but they're not that big, bro. You know, my channel is successful, but it's not that successful. You feel me? Although I suppose that, is there anything more self-selecting for true degenerates than a March 4th best ball stream? Probably not going to be anything that is more self-selecting for absolute degenerates than that. That's probably about as degen as it gets. All right, guys, remember, you don't got to draft well, but you do have to draft quickly. Wilson JSN from the 11th. Double Ohio State. You think that guy's going to take, you think he's going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. with his next pick? Do you think he's going to take Emeka Egbuka? Also Monday Poker. Yeah, very, very good points here. Also Monday Poker. My last 101 draft went Chase, Bucky, Burrow, Higgins. There you go, Rod. All right, so we're true friends and family here. We got everyone cooking. I guess I'm gonna do the same thing as I did in the last one. I will be. I'm not gonna take Jacobs on this one. I'll take Tyreek, and I will take. Actually, I'm gonna take DJ Moore. We're flipping the board. I'm sick of these frickin' running backs. What if taking the full 30 seconds is akin to taking the full 8 hour in the slow? We have to wait out the full 30 seconds for the latest breaking news. Well, I really hate that. And I hope that no one conceives of it that way. Ooh, dealt 2 World Series of Pokers. That sounds pretty cool, frankly. My wife right now has my 8-month-old golden retriever puppy at the mall. Hope she's being good. I also wish I could get Neighbors in the second round. I'm on Ross St. Brown Neighbors. Sick. Yeah, dealing the World Series of Poker does sound miserable, though. 2008 was the Joe Cotta year, right? I don't remember the Jamie Gold. Also, if you were drafting at 2:30 p.m. on March 4th, you were guaranteed to be in the hardest room imaginable. That's true. Wow. This man, I wonder who BG Lakers 10. Do you think he's a Buckeye, bro? Cotta was 09. I mean, it's not like there's any limit of Ohio State players he can take. Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Chris Olave, Travion Henderson. True, yes, there are many events. Yeah, never forget Darvin Moon. You know what? There's a guy in Peter's Discord who really reminds me of Darvin Moon. Main event runner-up. Wait, did Darvin Moon die? I just Googled him. Did Darvin Moon die? Oh man, Tom DeWan. It's not a compliment. No, it's not a compliment at all. Oh, damn. Moon. Mbappe's little brother is starting for Lille. That's kind of incredible. All right. I will be taking Amari and Hampton, and I will be taking Roma Dunze, setting up the double stack. Amari and Hampton, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Rome Adunze. Yeah, the Tom Dewan villain arc does stink because Tom Dewan is one of my favorite guys of all time. Used to be one of my favorite guys of all time. I really did love Tom Dewan. So it's not been great. Aston Villa with a clean 3-1 victory over Club Brugge. Up the Villa. Feeling good about that. All right, we have got Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Amari and Hampton, Rome Adunze. Ben next to me is straight pissing. Jefferson, McBride, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, Rashee Rice. All right, who is the Ohio State guy going to take here? So he's got Judkins on the board and Igbuka. So he's got Judkins and Igbuka for his next two Ohio State players. Are there any Ohio State? Stroud. So he's got Stroud. He's got Will Howard. Who's the one player you think you've come around to the most so far this early draft season? I was kind of light on Luther Burden, and I like him a little bit more now. Who else was I like? James Cook, I was light on that I like now. Who else? Probably some less expensive guys, honestly. Tootin I didn't like to begin with. Frankly, I'm not making that much money. Oh, Fields. Yeah, Fields. He's got another Ohio State guy. Frankly, Burgundy Bets, I'm not really making any money because no one's watching these videos, relatively speaking. Relatively speaking, I'm getting about 30,000 views per month now, which is like compared to like peak best ball season. That's like 40%. I think my best ever draft or best ever month was like 95,000 views. Played cash with Darvin Moon, nicest guy in the world. All right, Ohio State Mega Bowl guy did take Quinshon Judkins, did take Emeka Egbuka. I mean, he can take Cade Stover. He can take Luke Farrell. Yeah, well, the thing is no new viewers. Wow, I did get Burrow. All right, so Burrow came all the way around. That's sick, and I will happily take David Montgomery. Joe Burrow, Amari and Hampton, David Montgomery, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze. Yeah, he could take Ruckert. Ruckert is the one I was thinking about. Yeah, Noah Brown is in the pool, of course. Yeah, we are going to see Zeke get drafted. Frankly, at this point, I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for BG Lakers 10. Oh, J.K. Dobbins? Yeah, 100%. But yes, I mean, look, I know right now these streams are not to get new viewers. There's no... yeah, I have a Discord. All you have to do is become a member of the YouTube channel, Nayers, or sign up at patreon.com/takecast or patreon.com/Davis Mattek. Either of those gets you in the members only Discord. I think there are positive reviews of the Discord. Seems like people have a nice time in there. Oh, Michael Thomas has got to still be in the pool, right? Michael Thomas. Yeah, assuming that Saints Michael Thomas, not... All right, so who does BG Lakers 10 take next? He takes Dobbins. And then who? Who's the next Ohio State guy? Dobbins. Does he just take Fields now? He took Josh Downs. He's cheating, dude. All right. BG Lakers, you got to be in here. You got to be in here, man. Show yourself. We were all fucking rooting for you, dude. Josh Downs, dude. Nah, we were rooting for you, man. We were rooting for you. All right, Nayers, all you have to do to join the Discord, some people have had trouble with this. All you have to do, same email, same, it's got to be same email, got to be the same account. Link your Discord account to YouTube, then refresh, then log back into Discord. You'll be in there. Pittman is like fine. Pittman he's totally fine. I think the best thing about Pittman is that you can kind of get out of quarterback stacking jail and set yourself up to take Richardson. I think Pittman's fine. And he was playing with a fractured back last year. No, I'm not sniping him. I was rooting for this dude. I'm assuming that Ball is Life is BG Lakers 10. Brother, we were rooting for you. I agree. Mims, Bateman, Pittman. I agree with that range. All right. So I did get Burrow with Chase, Hampton, Montgomery. What do I do here? I'm not sniping him. I'm not sniping this guy. I'm absolutely rooting for this man. All right, I'm taking Caleb Williams because I set up the double, and I'm gonna take David Njoku to give myself. So now we have got Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Amarian Hampton, David Montgomery, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, David. I could have taken Warren. It's like the same thing. I have these guys literally ranked back to back. I have Warren ranked 97, and I have Njoku ranked 98. You know, I think that is flipping a coin. Hey, J Rose says new viewer here. Love the show. Got to draft with you in your last draft. J Ro, if you don't mind me asking, how did you find the channel? Did you find it did you search for it in the search bar? Did you find it from the Swolecast? Did you find it from Peter's videos? I am always curious. How did you find the Davis Mattek YouTube channel? This is a good team. Yeah, I had to take Caleb there. All right, what does Ohio State guy do here? What do we have? We got Stroud. Who else? Stroud. I mean, that's it, really. He's running out of guys. Is that it? He took Hunter. Man, okay, you're no longer being serious. We are done being serious. Could be. All right, he did take Stroud. So his non-Ohio State picks were Josh Downs, who went to what? Josh Downs went to Tennessee, right? And Travis Hunter. Wait, did I get my info wrong? Josh Downs went to North Carolina. Of course he went to North Carolina. He played with Drake May. Chris Spags. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Spec. Yeah, take Paris Campbell like a man. Braxton Miller is for sure in the pool, right? Braxton Miller is got to be close enough. Nope, he's not. Braxton Miller isn't. Haskins is, Haskins is not. Yeah, you at least got to pick Big Ten guys. Oh, is JT Barrett in here? JT Barrett is not. Will Howard is. Tootin at 109 when you have 3 wide receivers. See, the title of this stream was not clickbait, dude. It was not clickbait. The big board is getting weird. We have a guy drafting a full Ohio State team and Bayshell Tootin at 109. No clickbait to be found. All right, I'm going to take Trey Harris because I need a wide receiver. And you know what? I need a running back, actually. I'm taking Brian Robinson Jr. I was about to take Kelsey there. Well, blame Soccer Dave for giving me the wrong pronunciation. Tony Romo and Tim Tebow were in last year. All right, we need to pull up a list. Current Ohio State players in the NFL. Just so we have the full list. There's a list on ESPN. All right, here we go. This is a full comprehensive list per ESPN. So we got, of guys he can still take, we have Paris Campbell. He took Dobbins already. Luke Farrell, Fields. Marvin Harrison Jr. is gone. Xavier Johnson, who's on the Texans. He missed on Terry. Jeremy Ruckert. Curtis Samuel, he can take. Trey Sermon, he can take. Jackson, he has JSN already. CJ Stroud, who he took. Nick Vanette. There are plenty of guys left for him to take. Plenty. Oh, just searching for a best ball podcast. Okay. Yeah, take Paris Campbell like a man. Take Xavier Johnson like a man. If you don't take Zeke, brother. By the way, that list can't be fully updated because I did not see Ezekiel Elliott's name on there. I guess maybe because he's not on a contract right now, but Zeke's name was not on there. Oh, you just search for Best Ball Podcast. Okay. Oh, you're from STL too. Gross weather today, brother. Did Gesicki went to Penn State? Gesicki. Oh, I have Gesicki back pocket. Jacob Eason, Blaine Gabbert, Brashard Perryman, AJ McCarron, all clickable on the big board. Frankly, my plan is working if someone types in Best Ball Podcast and finds my stream. That is definitely true. What did he do here? He took Dylan Sampson and he took Blake Corum. You know what? Okay, I will say this. I want to say I'm disappointed in him, but he is actually trying to ensure that this draft does not get thrown out. He is hewing close enough to ADP to not get the draft thrown out, which we all have to say that we appreciate, right? Because none of us want to sit here and waste our time. Wow, taking a Michigan guy on the Ohio State team, though. Taking a Michigan guy on the Ohio State team. Tough scene. All right, who do we take? I guess I got plenty of tight ends here. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to do the Penix Pitts, but I'm far enough behind at wide receiver that I probably shouldn't. And Dylan Sampson, who Ohio State knocked out like 5 plays into the playoff game. True. All right, we are going to take Evan Ingram here. And then at wide receiver, we are going to take... no, actually, I'm taking a running back. At running back, I'm going to take Ray Davis, who I really like and who I think is a good fit, and Pitts is gone. So there we go. I think Tootin is going to be a third-round NFL draft pick. That's my guess. In all honesty, the upside of Tootin is probably equal then or greater to the true ceiling of someone like Etienne or Najee. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even saying it's wrong, but it certainly is something that is a bit eye-opening. If you type in Best Ball Podcast, Swolecast shows up a ton. That's crazy. That is feels bad by every other creator to allow that to happen. Is Najee Harris? Yes, Najee Harris is a very, very Raiders running back. Does that make 10, 11 backs in the top 3 rounds? Yeah, I think it's like 10, 11, 12, 13 even, I think is the right number. Wow. BG Lakers, you got sniped on Fields. And frankly, taking Corum over Fields, you should feel bad about that, brother. You let that happen to yourself. You simply should have taken. You got no one. You got no one here. Freiermuth went to Penn State. Dude. We are over BG Lakers 10. We were rooting for him, and he really let us down, man. He really let us down. I mean, who's he gonna take here? Is he gonna take Nick Vannett? No, this guy Alec Iamanor. Oh, Braylon Allen. He took a Wisconsin player. I guess he's just taking Big Ten guys now. It's a whole Big Ten team. Well, actually, it's not even really because he took Hunter. You know, frankly, I appreciate the bit, but the thing about a bit is that you got to commit the whole way. We need it. We need you to go all in, brother. Yeah, we're doing Swolecast missions on the channel today. All right, my team is Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Amarian Hampton, David Montgomery, Brian Robinson Jr., Ray Davis, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Trey Harris, David Njoku, Evan Ingram. This is actually, I'm liking the way this team looks. I'm definitely going to need to get lucky on one of these. You know what? Why is Restrepo so high in my rankings? That is just not right. I'm taking my boy RJ Harvey. Shout out to Nick. And I'm going to take... who do we need? Do we need an adult? We kind of need an adult. You know what? I hardly ever take this guy. I'm going to take Wandale. All right, I'm pulling up the rankings right now. This Restrepo ranking is just wrong. He had a fine combine. He had a good size, but that is just not really reflective of his value. All right, Xavier Restrepo. All right, Mr. Restrepo has been moved down to an area that more adequately represents his value in fantasy football. So if you are a subscriber over at patreon.com/DavisMattek, the spreadsheet that you guys have is now fixed. No, I think he told us it was a bit. I believe BG Lakers 10 is Ball is Life FF in the chat, and I think he told us he was doing a bit. But now he's not doing a bet, and he's just doing a team. McCarthy is starting to fall some because of the Darnold news, which is good for the chat. Well, wasn't the news that they are not franchise tagging him? I don't think it is all that. I don't know. I would assign like a 22% probability that Darnold is on the Vikings roster this year to start week 1. That's my guess. 22% implied probability. That's my thought. It just seems really low to me. Yeah, I do not buy the Darnold Viking stuff, really. It makes no sense really for Darnold, and it doesn't really make sense for the Vikings either. Yeah, the Raiders are going to give him a big, giant bank, a cartoon bag of money. Hold on, I need to find an old-timey cartoon bag of money. This is what the Raiders are giving Sam Darnold. They're giving him a literal cartoon bag of money. Like 6 of these. That is what is in Sam Darnold's future with the Raiders. That's my read on the situation. They want to compete. You know, they hire the old head coach. They hire Chip Kelly. Like they spend money. They got Brady there. Yeah, that's definitely what I think. You know who I'm kind of done taking? I'm starting to buy this stuff on Shedeur. Wait a minute, these are Chuck E. Cheese tokens. The news I've seen was that the Vikings are going to monitor his price, but want to leave their free agent options open. Yeah, and they like owe a bunch of money to. Damn, Gesicki went, huh? All right, one more running back. We got 2 rookies. You know what? I am gonna take Jordan Mason, and I'm also gonna take Jackson Dart. Oh no! I slipped and fell and drafted more Jackson Dart. Shedeur is arrogant. He's gonna fall out of the first round. I definitely don't think he's gonna fall out of the first round. Yeah, I think Jennings is a great value as well. I've got Jennings and Pearsall ranked ahead of ADP now. Three more picks. We have got Joe Burrow. We got Caleb doubled. We got Jackson Dart. Our running backs are done with Amari Hampton, David Montgomery, Brian Robinson Jr., Ray Davis, RJ Harvey, and Jordan Mason. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Trey Harris, and Wan'Dale Robinson. The Will Levis slide. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. He's so accurate. That's the thing. He's just a very accurate quarterback, and that is a hard skill set. Will Addison? Oh, yes. Addison will definitely fall if the suspension is confirmed. True. I mean, that's true. All these guys are not super values because you do really want them stacked. That's 100% true. I mean, this tournament is so top heavy that you definitely do the stacking is super important in this format. Like, by the way, Theo Johnson, another Penn State, Kirk Cousins, Michigan State, Penn State. He's just drafting Big Ten guys now. We're a little disappointed in your Big Ten themed team, sir. Russell Wilson, the North Carolina State Wolfpack, brother. I don't know, man. North Carolina State Wolfpack, don't know. I guess Wisconsin too. I guess both. But look how top heavy this tournament is. 5th place gets $25,000. First place gets $250,000. You tried, but you drafted Blake Corum over Fields, bro. I'm not mad at you, but I am a little bit disappointed. We were all rooting for you. We all wanted you to succeed, And frankly, I love a good bit done on a March 4th draft. Wow, guys, boys, big news here. Big news over at the Deposit Kingdom. We have Peter with a brand new video. This opportunity will never happen again. Travis Hunter is the most mispriced player in fantasy football. I explained why the market has gotten him completely wrong and why you need to pack your bags at these prices. All right. There we go, Peter. You love to see it. Shedeur seems likely to at least be playing during the last part of the season, and for as bad as Bryce Young was his rookie year, he had 25 points in week 16, knocked me down a few. Well, true. It's true. We are all going to lose anyways. Man, can you guys believe Peter just ruined Travis Hunter's ADP? Opportunity ain't gonna exist for long, brothers. Opportunity knocks, but only for Peter. All right, we have got 3 picks left. We need one more wide receiver. Ideally, someone who could be teammates with Dart. You know what? I'm taking Curtis Samuel, brother. How about that? Buckeyes, baby. And I'll take this guy. I'm going to take Jalen Polk. I'm going to take Josh Palmer. That's the worst pick you can make. Josh Palmer, probably not in the NFL. If Hunter goes to the Patriots, it's pretty big. I agree. These are the timestamps in Peter's video. The Travis Hunter enigma. Travis Hunter is defensive back. Travis Hunter is a wide receiver. Player comps for Travis Hunter. Myth number 1, Travis Hunter can't play both ways. Myth number 2, Travis Hunter is going to play defense. Myth number 3, Travis Hunter won't start out as a full-time wide receiver. The most mispriced player in fantasy football. All right, guys, go leave a comment on Peter's video. Help the man out. Boost the algro. Pete is on vacation. He filmed this I assume right after the combine, so he probably filmed this on Saturday and Sunday, maybe Friday. I don't think I've taken Woody Marks yet at all. Let's see. Have I taken Woody Marks? I have not taken Woody Marks yet. I just don't love that profile of guy, but I mean, he's as clickable as anyone else. I mean, the thing is the asymmetric upside is so good with Hunter that I completely get the point. Like, what do you win? What do you win when you win with Travis Hunter is you win the guy who should have been drafted where Tet was going. What if Woody Marks catches 11 passes for Mahomes in week 17? Have you thought about it? Mullings ran at the combine. Khalil Mullings, NFL combine. Mullings weighed in at 226. Oh, he didn't run. That is not great. 226 is a big boy, though. Do you have a new my guy? Well, frankly, the combine kind of ruined. I was going to end up with a shit ton of Golden, but I'm going to have way less of him now. I don't know. Frankly, I think the thing that people are going to remember from me about in this cycle is Jackson Dart. It'll be people say, oh, Davis was really right about Jackson Dart, or no, Davis was really wrong about Jackson Dart. I don't even know if I want that to be the case. This is a dusty-ass wide receiver room, by the way. Caleb Johnson definitely moved down my rankings a little bit. DJ Giddens moved. Yeah, Devin Neal. If Devin Neal gets associated with my brand, I'll be happy for that. I'll stand on business with that one. I think Devin Neal is an awesome player. He will. I mean, hey man, cool highlights do turn in to fantasy points sometimes. How do I stop myself from taking 40% AD Mitchell? Might get a little bit easier when free agency opens. You know, if they're linked to some of the wide receiver names, or like even if they sign like some dust ball. I mean, I'm fine being associated with Juwan Jennings. All right, a final pick of the draft, Elijah Arroyo. I'll take that. Let's go back and recap that one. This team was Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Jackson Dart, Amari and Hampton, David Montgomery, Brian Robinson Jr., Ray Davis, RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason. That's a pretty good running back room. I think Hampton Montgomery is pretty good floor ceiling combo. Ray Davis, very good floor combo. Harvey, huge ceiling. Love Mason. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Trey Harris, Wan'Dale Robinson, Curtis Samuel, Josh Palmer. That is a really, really, really dusty final three picks at wide receiver. Wan'Dale, Samuel, Palmer. What's the season high single game point total from one of those three? Like 16 probably. Tight end room, Njoku, Ingram, Arroyo. I like that. Dart and Fields are my brand right now. Well, shit. Yes. Have you guys seen this video? RJ Harvey going viral. You guys do have to see this video if you've not seen it. It's really cool, frankly. This is the RJ Harvey video. I mean, tell me you did not want to, you wanted to move that guy up how many spots in your rankings after watching that? Did RJ Harvey mistime it, or is RJ Harvey just a grown man? Is RJ Harvey just a grown man? I think RJ Harvey might be a grown man. Very cool. I think that's very cool. Harvey is built like Geodude. That is such a compliment to say that a running back is built like Geodude. I mean, that is badass to be built like Geodude. RJ Harvey's just a grown man. There is an intern just got promoted to assistant scout team video coordinator. Well, goods. I thought, how do you have Harvey when you have all that Davante, brother? All right, boys. We are 94 drafts in. Let's do a little exposure check here. Drafts completed. LeQuint, Dart, Worthy, Mims, Higgins, Jennings, Javonte, Fields, Caleb, the aforementioned Gunnar Helm. That's a lot of Genti, a lot of Njoku, Jalen Knoll, Damian Martinez, Devin Neal, Wicks, Shaheed, Henry. Feels pretty good. Wish I had more Tootin. Only 14.7% of Tootin. Yeah, hey man, we did a video on the channel about the winners of the combine, and Alec Iomanore was one of them. If you haven't seen this video yet, we did this all about the combine. YouTube Inception right here. All right, boys. That's going to do it for me here today. on the stream. I will be back with you guys with Chest Liam tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then immediately after that, I'm going to be doing a stream with Alex Harden from Establish the Run. And we're going to be talking about strategy in the College March Madness Best Ball Tournament on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure to check out patreon.com/JavisMattek for some more content. Please like the video. Please click the subscribe button and have a great day. Love you all. See you soon.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constant.